The Nollywood films from the 90s era were epic, and they were indeed for different reasons. It would not be an overkill if every single one of them were remade, because I'm sure a lot of people will be down to watch them though, just like the remake of Living in Bondage and Nneka, the pretty Serpent. There are, however, a selective few who would love to see remade as well. Let's talk about 5 epic Nollywood movies that needs a remake. This is Daily Top 5.
4, 3, 2, 1, watch me.
Yes, Yemi My Lover, yes. If this sounds familiar to you, it might be because Olamide has a song with the same title that was definitely inspired by this film. Yemi My Lover is a Europa movie released in 1993. It could probably be classified as a mix of fantasy and musical if it was recreated today. The story revolved around a guy who had fallen in love with a fish-turned-woman, with more artists trying their hands at acting. It would be easy to find people to play the roles and kill the singing too, and that's just the truth. So let me just imagine the people that we might just love to have on this particular one.
Banky
and Adeswa. Because Adeswa can sing too.
Yeah.
Who's that person who can sing?
Osi Ukeje.
Yeah. Gabriel Afolayan.
Gabriel, yes. It will kill it. But the graphics, you know, like the Yemi My Lover, there was like the fish coming from the water, turning into a human being.
But now, will he, you know how it grabbed our attention that time?
Now.
Do you think that it
we'll just laugh and say, what rubbish is this graphic? What kind of graphic? But yeah, Yemi My Lover remake will not be bad. All right, still talking about a remake that people will want. Most Wanted. Yes, one of the most iconic things about this movie was the fashion and costuming. It was also one of the first Nollywood movies that depicted Nigerian women as very powerful. It will break the bank, yes, pun intended, if recreated now, because the woman empowerment movement has even gotten stronger. Imagine what can be done now with all the shooting scenes, car racing, and awesome style moments from the original.
That's right.
Yes, he had Bimbo, Regina, yeah. A remake of Most Wanted, yeah, because they tapped from Set It Off,
of course,
which then Queen Latifah and Jada Pinkett did. A remake of.
But that year they tried though.
With all the action scenes.
They tried. With the fact that we did not have so much, and they made it happen.
The cars, the robbery in the bank and everything. It's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
I wonder who would like to have them.
Sharon Oja. Bisola Iola.
Bisola
will be there.
Bisola will be there.
Yeah. All right, it's not be funny. If Bisola is there, Badimo is there, but it's supposed to be serious.
No, they will do their work now.
They'll just get to character. Okay. Before we check out the next one, we'll go on a quick break and we'll be back with the Little 5. Stay with us.
Okay, thank you so much for staying here with us, and it's still Daily Top 5, and we're talking about, movies to be remade. All right, so Igor is next. Igor is a thrilling and horrifying movie about 7 warriors who venture into the land of the living dead to save their village from a terrible curse. In the right hands and with even better technology, Igor remake won't be a bad idea, because it will make a great survivor story and a win for the African cinema. What do you guys think?
I would really love to watch it again, Seth, before the remake, because Igor was just that movie. People journeying into the evil forest. I remember one particular scene, don't look back. And when one of the warriors looked back and the evil spirit took, like... So
it's like in the Bible when they said, Lot's wife now look back and turn into salt.
Where is it in the Bible?
Go away. Because I'm like, this Nollywood, they have come again. Don't look back. You have come to steal one story and you now turn it into...
I would really love a remake, but first, let me even still watch the original first. They should not go and spoil it too.
But
okay. Number 4, Tioluwanile. Yes, this 1993 Yoruba movie directed by Tunde Kelani was one of the best Yoruba movies made ever. It centered around a traditional chief who sold ancestral land fraudulently to a businessman who plans to build a petrol station. It was both horror and thriller together. Having a remake of this evergreen movie would be great, and having Baba Wande reprising the role in a remake would surely be something to be excited about.
Guess what? I almost watched this again. Yes, over the weekend. And I watched because I watched Omo Tara Johnson, that very old one by Bookie Wright. And so I'm like, how about Tioluwanile? Mobile Yoruba, but then, you know, like the thing, oh, Komileno. Sorry. So I was like, let me just see this again. And, you know, maybe I wanted to sleep and all that, but I am just going to see it again. So I'm going to see it because...
Would you like a remake?
Yeah, because, I mean, as we said, and do you know something happened in Nigeria, like late last year, and people had to go and bring out, like, bankroll.
Yeah.
And then people had to go and bring a part of it.
I've forgotten the title of the movie. Is it Toluwanile?
I think it was Toluwanile, Baba Wande. Yeah. Baba Wande, and yeah, it was Toluwanile. Yeah, it's true. Okay, moving on. Things Fall Apart. Things Fall Apart is a true classic and epic movie like no other that has been made in Nigeria. The story encompasses African culture and heritage in so many ways. Everyone enjoyed the movie around the late 80s. However, it gradually disappeared from the screens. Remaking Things Fall Apart would be a great way to remember our roots and, of course, tell our stories.
Okonkwo.
So you know what came to mind, Peter Doche Okonkwo?
Yeah.
You know what came to mind? You know, I was just thinking that, what if there is a remake of Things Fall Apart and, you know, they obey all the Oscar rules? Don't you think because of the language and everything? Don't you think this would...
You know that's why we keep saying it, that we have a whole lot of stories. We have. Even
the concubine, if they can make, you know, the concubine into... a film from the yes, you know, and it will be like, yes, of course, an adaptation. I think it will make a lot of sense, and it will bring home Oscars or something. Why is it that my mouth has been? What did I eat today?
Dear movie producers and directors, if you are thinking about remaking it, make no spoiler.
Yeah. Because there are some stuff that you don't want to. Like, no, don't spoil my childhood. Okay. Like, you know, that's why OJ sometimes does not want to go to the cinema to go and watch something.
Even at times, I just watch them and just watch for watching's sake. I'm not watching it to criticize, like, oh, the first one. When people were talking about coming to America, they were talking about coming to America too. Not necessarily. I said, I liked it. Because I watched it.
Do you know it is what I'm talking about today? And you will see whether I liked it or not.
Gang, that's it on today's Daily Top 5. We'll be back after this break to talk about what are you watching.
Yes.
Let's go.
Sometimes you love to.